Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues on WGNS and Big G TV, brought to you in part by our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. Don't forget the 25th Annual Earth Day celebration returning to the Murfreesboro Square Saturday, April 18th, 10 to 2. Be sure to stop by the Energy Hub trailer and check out their energy efficiency displays. And they've got a lot of fun out there for all kinds. Kids, adults, you're going to enjoy browsing all the great things that are there. So check it out. 10 to 2, April 18th, a week from tomorrow on the square. Today, our attention is turning to the Heart of Tennessee chapter of the American Red Cross. And joining us is one of the finest people you'll ever want to meet in Rutherford County. Ginny Williams is here today, and I always enjoy catching up with you. You have your finger on the pulse of this county, it seems.
I'm trying. I love y'all's email newsletter. That's how I keep up with a lot of things.
Well,
y'all do an excellent job. I mean, I think, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
because newspapers, I do subscribe to one newspaper, but
what's that? What's a newspaper?
What is that?
It's a different day and age today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I had somebody ask me, have you ever thought about expanding your coverage area? And I said, gosh, we're beating ourselves to death to cover 618 square miles. So,
and you keep it local. Some of the newspapers out there aren't keeping it local. I don't care what's going on over there, another state or something, but that's why I love, getting your. And I always open that email.
Awesome.
I got to see what's going on.
And we love that.
Stories. Yeah.
glad to hear that. Yeah, that's one of the cool things that anybody can sign up for to do. But I mean, you're at events. You're here all the time. You're supposed to be retired, but you're working harder now, it seems, than ever.
I had some friends tell me, when you retire, you're going to be busier than ever, because people find out that you've got some free time and they're going to enlist you, so you could pick and choose. Somebody said, Ginny, you got to learn to say no. And I said, well, if I'm interested in something and I think I can make a difference, I want to be part of it.
Sure. What, now, even before retirement, you've always tried to be involved with the Red Cross.
Yes. Yeah, I would say Jean Coop, which she was a former Volunteer of the Year in Smyrna. I was, she got me more involved with the American Red Cross. She wasn't able to drive, she was up in her 80s. And I thought, well, as long as she needs a ride, her and I will go to the board meetings, And I always assisted her with the blood drive. My husband's a leukemia survivor, and in the very beginning he got a lot of blood and a lot of platelets, because as you get your chemo, it kills all that. And of course leukemia is a blood cancer. And so I told my husband one day, I said, well, one of us needs to start giving back. You're taking a lot of blood and stuff. And so I started donating blood, and I had never donated blood. I thought, I'm not crazy about needles,
Who is?
And it's, it probably is, it's a little thicker needle. So, they want to get that blood out of you fast, so don't watch it when it goes in, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Your work with the Red Cross, and then all of a sudden John Mitchell can be persuasive, and then you're a board chair and all this, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've been
on the heels of being the Rotary chair and district and all that.
Oh, yeah, Rotary. That was in 2006, the president of Rotary. I remember they asked me.
I thought it was more recent than that.
No, they asked me, and I go, earlier, and I go, oh no, I'm not ready for that. I think I'd maybe been in 5 or 6 years. I go, oh no, I'm not ready. You got to be ready. So then.
Well, weren't you district representative or something?
Yeah, assistant district governor.
Okay.
I love doing that. The 3.
That was more recent.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's the 3 clubs in Rutherford County: Murfreesboro Breakfast, Murfreesboro Noon, then Smyrna Rotary. And people can come visit Rotary and become a member. We do a lot of things. All 3 clubs do a lot of great things.
Yeah. So we just talked about 2 things, and those keep you very busy.
Yeah.
But being the chair of the Red Cross for another little bit
till June 30th. And I've kind of got some other things lined up, so.
Of course you do.
So don't anybody ask me.
Don't ask Ginny Williams to do something.
She's already got something done, yeah.
Well, this is a day that I try not to let go by without at least mentioning, but in 2009, the Good Friday tornado that came through,
yes.
Today's the anniversary of that,
yes.
17 years ago. Didn't really affect North Rutherford County, but man, it cut across Murfreesboro like something else.
Yeah, it took some lives too.
Yeah.
And I wasn't as active in disaster because I was working.
Sure.
And it seems like fires and disasters happen in the middle of the night, and I thought, no, I got to go open a hardware store the next morning.
Right.
So blood's been my big thing, but we have some wonderful disaster, relief people. And I have a couple of friends in Smyrna, and I go, well, what time did you wake up? I said, well, they called me at 2:00. They're on call. They put you on call. You can be as active with the American Red Cross as you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to do blood, you're fine. You want to sit at the desk at our office located at 501 Memorial Boulevard. And greet people and check people in for blood donations. We're closed.
Right.
We're open Saturday and Sunday, but we're closed on Monday and Tuesday. I think I got that right. We talked about opening up on Tuesday, but I don't think we've done that yet.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk a lot about volunteerism because Volunteer Week is coming up. And I think maybe a lot of people are surprised to know and learn that the Red Cross is not a government agency.
Not a government agency.
And isn't that one of the biggest misconceptions about the Red Cross? And that it's, 80+% volunteer? 95% volunteer?
Volunteers,
okay.
Yes. I mean, we have like maybe 4 staff people. And we cover... I didn't bring that with me, but we cover 17 counties.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well say from the top of Tennessee to the bottom of Tennessee, right in the middle. We're the heart of Tennessee.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of cool to be based in Rutherford County.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And we're trying to venture out. We've ventured out to the Cookeville area. We have a staff person there, and she's in disaster. And here's another thing. You might say, well, I don't know anything about that. Well, you know what? They have excellent training. In fact, we're going to have a shelter, what do they call it? Shelter. We're going to build a shelter.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of churches have agreed to be a location, but then you have cots. Well, even the last ice storm we had,
mm-hmm.
we had a small shelter here. But we had to send resources to Nashville because they did get it worse than us.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we got it pretty bad, but they got it really bad.
The shelter that opened up here, wasn't that because of the flooding out on the extended stay out on Old Fort Parkway, and then they used the Salvation Army?
Right, yeah. That's great when you can partner with another nonprofit organization. Yeah.
And people could walk there. I mean, it wasn't, miles and miles away.
And of course, John has a great relationship with them.
Yeah.
So, and we rely on MTSU too. They partner with us. We have a big blood drive. Battle of the Blood, or we name it different things, with Western Kentucky University.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to meet those folks, and we took a tour of the American Red Cross building on Charlotte Avenue, it's bigger than it looks when you get inside there, and it's at least 3 stories. And went through the lab. That was real interesting to see how the blood was processed. And did you know Amish people have a special blood because they've stayed close knit?
I did not know.
There's a lot to blood. I mean, it breaks down to a lot of different things. In particular, people with sickle cell anemia, they have to get so much blood, and it has to be typed exactly, or they'll have a reaction to it.
And doesn't that affect the African American community more often?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had a blood drive, I believe, at First Baptist, and it was pretty successful. So it only 3% of the population donates blood, so maybe I can talk somebody into it today.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something funny. My sister, she was probably about 66 years old, and I was having a blood drive. I do 7 a year, and mostly they're at St. Luke Catholic Church, which you don't have to be a member of our church to come and give blood. But I asked her, I said, well, why don't you come give blood today? And I thought she'll say no. She goes, okay.
Oh, yeah.
so she came, and I was watching her, on the table, and I kept giving her the thumbs up, and you okay? Mouthing off. She goes, yeah. And she got done, and she said, that was a piece of cake. I'm going to do it every time. And she did, yeah. So you never know. Sometimes you just have to ask somebody, hey, do you want to be a volunteer for the American Red Cross? Do you want to be a blood ambassador? That's what my title is, blood ambassador.
Blood ambassador. Well, that's good. Well, you're an ambassador for a lot of things.
Got a lot of hats. I had a friend say, you're wearing a lot of hats and filling a lot of shoes. I said, yeah, I am.
Well, we got to have people like that, and it's I remember, and I'm going to say this, and then don't get on to me.
Okay.
But I've given blood one time, but and it was in high school, and that's when I found out that I was a Hep C carrier.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it's C. Maybe it's A. It's I'm a carrier of hepatitis, and so I can't give blood.
Oh, yeah. A lot of times, too, as people get on medication, our older population are on drugs that they can't, give blood, donate their blood. And I was going to say, and some people fear the needle, or they don't have good veins. I've watched people, get black and blue arms because their veins kept rolling, and it's better if they probably don't donate. Plus, you get a mini physical. We have gotten people with high blood pressure. If your blood pressure's too high, if your iron, your hemoglobin's too low, we're not going to let you give blood. And that's that might cause somebody to go to the doctor and say, hey, I couldn't get blood the other day because my iron was too low. What's going on?
Well, it certainly made me go to the doctor as a teenager just to find out what in the world is this going on.
It's like, and we're not going to let anyone donate blood that is not well. One time, it was in the spring, and I was sneezing and stuff, and I went in there, and my friend Jean said, nope, I'm not going to let you. She's a retired nurse, too. She said, nope, I'm not going to let you get blood. And I said, Jean, it's allergies. Nope, not going to let you get blood. She wouldn't let me get blood, but she was looking out for me.
Well, of course, yeah.
Oh, and another thing, the A1C, we've been testing for A1C. I'm not sure, we were doing it in March, but people can see what their A1C is, and some people may not even realize they have a high number, and, that'll get them to go to the doctor, too. So we take your temperature and your pulse rate, blood pressure, and big questionnaire you have to fill out. That kind of gets people sideways, but we do that as, we're looking out for you, and we want you to be very healthy to give blood.
Well, and what's good about it is all of that health information follows that pint of blood, right? Or
yes,
that
it
donation.
Does. We have, like everything, we got a great app. There's an app for that, and one time my blood went to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, which I was so excited about that. And then the next time it went to a medical center in Alabama. It's gone there twice, but it's really neat, that app. And once you get in the system, you could see if you had high blood pressure or low, what your hemoglobin was for about the last 6 times you've donated blood. And a lot of people don't even know what their blood type is, so you'll find out what your blood type is if you're a first timer. So and so on volunteering, what would you encourage people? I mean, Volunteer Week is coming up, and you're going to hear more about volunteering with the Red Cross. But what would you say to someone who is maybe thinking about it? I think sometimes people are a little scared to throw themselves out there, not because they don't know, or they think the requirement is going to be, well, I'm going to have to work as much as I did when I was working if I recently retired, things like that. Well, they can always log on to redcross.org, and it'll prompt you to walk through some things, and it'll actually send you to the Murfreesboro, our office here in Murfreesboro. And in some ways, it teaches you to be ready. There's we do a lot of things like what you should include in your to-go kit or to-go bag. I forgot about this. This is a good one. Smoke alarm install. We work with the fire departments. Free smoke alarm. People can't believe we do that. They can't believe we do that. And at one time too, we were giving out free light bulbs from Middle Tennessee Electric. It was part of the thing. But so I ended up, just recording. We like to keep up with how many people we've helped. We don't put addresses and numbers. We're not going to do that because we have some people that don't want to give out, and I don't blame them, don't want to give it out. But I went to a home, and there was 12 people in the home, and I kind of looked like 3 families, because I was looking at adults. There was 6 adults, and there was lots of little kids, and they had 2 smoke alarms working, but they had one that didn't, and we put one in there. We could have saved somebody's life, especially a household that has a lot of little children and adults too, Yeah. That's another thing we do.
Careful and think about that.
Yeah.
Before our time gets away, I know you've got a little, another hat, a little Smyrna library news you want to share too, right?
Well, I'm president of the Friends of Smyrna Library. It's another hat I wear. And on Saturday, April 18th, from 9 to 11 at the Smyrna Public Library outside. There's a pavilion out there. I hope we have good weather.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look. I heard you giving the weather report. But we're having our 4th annual Run to Read fun run, or you can walk. I'm a walker. I'm not a runner. And it's going to be dinosaur themed. It's free for all ages, from kids to grandparents. If you want a T-shirt, it's $20. But we're kicking off the 2026 National Library Week by doing that. And like I said, this is the 4th year we're doing it. Katie Clark is our chairman. She's been the chairman all 4 years. And we'll have games for the kids. And with the dinosaur theme, I think they're going to go looking for dinosaur bones.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what I heard. And yesterday there was a dinosaur at the Rotary meeting.
I heard about that.
Promoting this event.
They must have ridden in your car or something, or
they did.
The trail along. So
they were inflated. Oh, that was fun though.
Well, I always enjoy talking to you, Ginny, and thanks for coming in, and thanks for all you do here in our community.
I enjoy it.
To promote Smyrna, to promote Rutherford County, to promote the Red Cross, whatever you're going in head first and 100% with everything.
I try to, because we need volunteers for all organizations. Not only the American Red Cross. Yeah,
that's how it works. Yeah. Ginny Williams, our guest today on Rutherford Issues. Thanks for joining us. And if you missed part of our conversation, it'll be on podcast coming up shortly. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.